two, one. All right. What is up, everyone? Welcome back. It's another Monday night, which means it's time for another stay at home open mic presented by the Barbed Wire Open Mic Series. My name is Richie Marufo. You can find me on Instagram as Deadwall Reveries. As always, I'll be your host tonight and guide you through a night of all sorts of performers. Let me mute myself on YouTube. Quiet you. I do have another monitor here so I can check in on performers and stuff, just so you know. Um, this is a platform for all sorts of performers, poets, pros, storytelling, music, jokes, whatever. If you play an instrument, all you have to do is sign up to perform. In order to sign up, just be on the lookout. Follow us on social media, Barbed Wire Open Mic Series. We usually post, probably the first place we post the sign up sheet, the very, very first place is on our YouTube channel. So, a nice life hack is if you subscribe to the channel and click on the bell to be notified of any content that we post. Anytime that I post a live video, the link to sign up will be in the description. So that's one way. We also have a link tree, which you can find, I believe, in the description as well. What is up, Andres? Always happy you can tune in, join us for the live stream. Cool. Yes, and if you guys are watching live, just say hello, participate in the YouTube live chat. I always appreciate it. I'll give you guys shout outs throughout the stream. If you have any comments you want to make, if you guys are here for EPCC to get credit for the Tejano Passport Program, just shoot me a message so I can get that information your way. Otherwise, enjoy the show. I'm going to go ahead and sit back, and we're going to be traveling all around the globe, all around the country, mostly today, but we're going to welcome fine poets. One way you can help them is listen up, check out their workshops, check out their social media, follow stuff that's free, so when they post poems, images of their poems, you can share that stuff, with other people and just get their work out there. That doesn't cost a thing, but of course, plenty of these peeps have their books out, have other content, have music you can listen to. So that's really what this is. We're just celebrating creativity on a Monday night, and I think that's a beautiful thing. All right, so let's go ahead and kick things off. We are gonna start off the night. Let me take a look. Also, is that interesting background music? Thank you for that. Okay, check it out. Let me pull up the list. We are gonna kick things off. I was gonna say in Maine, but according to the list, it's a treehouse escort. Wait,
Eco resort
in the Ecuadorian rainforest. Sorry, that one kind of tripped me up a bit. A treehouse eco resort in the Ecuadorian rainforest. Let's go there. Yo, kicking it off, we have Generalissimo. What is up, man? Go ahead, do your thing. Do your thing.
Well, it rains a lot in the rainforest. What can I say? Okay, so I'm going to do a few poems. The first thing is a little more prosy. I wrote it in our workshop Trisha did on Friday morning. And the prompt was I had to have 2 clowns, a cat, a rejection, and a shipwreck. It's called Living with a Cat is No Clowning Matter. Once upon a time, there were 2 clowns who fell in love. They were considered quite the attractive couple when they took their professional makeup off. Both held bachelor's and master's degrees from esteemed schools and had won acting awards. One had degrees from Carnegie Mellon and Yale and had won a drama desk in Obie. The other, who won a Tony at age 20, attended both Juilliard and the Actors Studio. They were both fans of opera and modern dance. They met while taking a singles ballroom class. They tried out all the new restaurants and attended gallery openings and poetry readings. Each had been nominated for and won pushcart prizes. When they met, they realized they had attended each other's workshops at the National Poetry Slam in Boston. The Juilliard clown asked the Yale clown if he was the one who wrote a poem about a dog who ate some bullets and killed his owner when farting. The Yale clown said, "That was so long ago, I can't believe you remember that. I still think the poem you wrote in my workshop about the talking wildflowers is one of the most uniquely beautiful pieces I've ever heard." Incidentally, they won 3 cha-cha-cha competitions during the course of their relationship. When the Juilliard clown asked the Yale clown to move into the penthouse on the Upper West Side he had inherited from his grandparents, the Yale clown brought a kennel containing a gray Abyssinian kitty cat. The Juilliard clown told him that he could never live in the same house as a cat. "Are you allergic?" "No, but cats shed, and I don't mind cats, but I'm a dog person. I was hoping we could get a Shiba Inu like my dearly departed Mr. Kurosawa. This seems a bit extreme. I've had Isis for 7 years. She's like my child, but it was a deal breaker. Luckily, Yale Clown had yet to break his rent-controlled West Village townhouse lease. Juilliard Clown boarded his private jet to Italy where his yacht was docked. His grandfather had invented the synthetic rubber used for electric vibrating dildos, which hadn't found a foothold for other products until it was discovered by a woman who engineered the first vibrating dildo, whom he eventually married. While hopping islands just after a jaunt in Corfu, Juilliard Clown wondered if he should reconsider. His heart was so broken he'd break out in ugly crying jacks in public. Unfortunately, the yacht hit a squall near Icaria before he could contact Yale Clown, who was considering giving up his cat for true love. Juilliard Clown died and left everything he owned to Yale Clown in his will. Yale Clown retired from clowning and moved into the penthouse with Isis. He died 14 years later, the day after Isis passed away. He had become a wealthy, broken-hearted recluse who occasionally attended the opera, modern dance performances, gallery openings, and poetry readings where he would read The Farting Dog and Talking Wildflower poems every time to standing ovations. I'm going to do two more poems. This is called Why I Googled Whether Crocodiles Cry. It feels inevitable I will cry. I feel these tears forming in my stomach. I think their salinity level is low. They feel more like a backward sigh rising through my esophagus than labored breath of an anxiety attack, trying to win a yodeling contest. Maybe this crying jag will only last less than a minute. Maybe there will only be a few boiling hot tears inching down my cheeks. Maybe they will only exit from one eye. Maybe I will feel them at the edge of an eyelid deciding to go on emotional strike, leaving the whites of my eyes burning and bloodshot with no salty discharge, as if I were a depressed crocodile. And one more poem, which is called The Eagle Next Door. I grew up in a split-level house on a cul-de-sac with a male magnolia tree in the front yard. When I was 15, while sweeping leaves off the garage roof, I slipped and fell onto a pricker bush. I was a bit scratched and bruised, but uninjured otherwise. Just another day on Front Hill Court. One day, my mutt Ruff came home with a huge cow bone in her mouth. It so happened other neighborhood canines brought back tasty bovine bones to their homes. It turned out that farmers on the edge of town had slaughtered several sick cows and dumped their bodies behind the big drainage ditch in a clearing called the Clay Pits, which is accessible from a dirt road. Just another day on Front Hill Court. My next door neighbor, Ann Duke, aka Eagle Eye, had a British bulldog named Betty Boop that came from a line of AKC champions. One day, a Labrador wandered in the backyard and impregnated Betty Boop. Of course, Eagle Eye had to get Betty an abortion so her future puppies could have AKC papers. Just another day on Front Hill Court. Male magnolia trees do not produce flowers. Thank you, everybody. And I would like to mention a few things before.
Yeah.
Where is it? Of course, my next Cafe Journalissimo. Oh, well, actually, the first thing is on Saturday, April 16th at 5 p.m. Eastern. There is an LA Poet Society reading for people who have poems in the Acid Verse anthology, which I have 2 poems in. And I also have 2 pieces of art in it as well. Cafe Journalissimo is on April 18th. Friday, May 6th at 8 p.m. Eastern, I will be featuring for Garage Poets. And then on May 14th, I will be facilitating a Tumblewords workshop, which is called With a Little Help from My Friends. And Saturday, June 11th, I will be featuring at Dumping Grounds. And I also put instructions on how to buy my book if you wanna do that. So thank you very much, everybody. I put everything in before I read into this chat. So thanks again.
Right on, man. The pre-post, I love it. That way, so you can just read it off. I saw you checking it off one by one, and it's great. It's what a blessing and pleasure to be able to be so busy and have something like month and month and month in and out. So if you guys are watching on YouTube and this is your first time, check out these books. You know, everything I think is in my mind. I did share the link there on the YouTube chat. Go check it out because that will lead to all his other links. But right now, we're gonna keep going. As always, we're gonna go from Maine, or again the eco resort, to Denver, where we're gonna join Mike Sindler. Mike, what's going on, man? How you doing today?
Doing good, man. And
Cool.
as always, I want to put out the word for lighthousewriters.org with my little sign that is getting old and ragged. But yeah, all you people out there in YouTube land and whatever, check it out. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing to help anybody who's trying to work on their craft or any aspect of their writing. I am going to go with what hopefully is sort of a timely thing. I'm not don't go down this particular path, but this is based on an etching by Rembrandt, and it's called Deposition. I saw them bring the body down, the limp shape falling from the cross. I bent my head to see his face, which seemed serene, though life was lost. I knew not what I had observed the moment my rebirth began, but knew there was more to this corpse than just another vanquished man. Now I travel to speak of him who, though Romans crucified, miraculously rose again and so never truly died. He lives forever in our hearts. We are now vessels of the word. Now with each breath, I speak only so that his teachings can be heard. So you don't have to necessarily buy into the dogma to appreciate what's going on. On the other hand, while the reverse carpenter thing is going on, there is also another thing. It is Passover time coming up, and so I'm going to read this one, which is a ringa called Elijah Kvetch's. A good Jewish ghost only comes in to visit if there is a chair left to sit at the table. Afterlife, such as Soros, a nice glass of wine, or even Manischewitz helps the haunting. But why just one day a year? My schedule is wide open. I love Passover as much as the next spirit, but would it kill them to invite me for Purim or even Rosh Hashanah? Any occasion. I love a good bar mitzvah. Hanukkah's fun. Who wouldn't want a prophet? I can add an extra oomph the Goldbergs next door don't have. Okay, and I will at this point put on the hat, which I've been forgetting to do lately. And this is sort of a Passover poem. It's by Giannini Braschi. It's called Miracles. There are more things in heaven and earth than are dreamed in your philosophy. Like what? Like miracles, like changes of power, like changes in climate, like political climates collapsing like polar ice caps, like dungeon becoming the crown and the crown the dungeon, like not paying attention to bullies, like superpowers running out of fuel, like finding oil in the dungeon of liberty, like the dungeon of liberty becoming a gold mine, like useless poets changing the way the world thinks and sings, like a voice coming out of the dungeon, a useless voice that has something to say but doesn't know how to market it, like finding yourself for a first time happy, even though you're in prison, like finding camaraderie and solidarity among friends you never thought could be your friends, like understanding the other, not loving the other, but putting yourself in the shoes of the other, not to take their position, not to steal what the other has, but to feel what the other feels, to appreciate his thoughts, not to be ironic, clever, smart, but to be profound, not to be the boss who puts everybody down, but to be the leader of a chorus of voices, each and every single one of them having their own point of view, like saying, stop becoming a predicate and become a subject. Okay, thank you all very much.
All right, thank you. As always, guys, go ahead and make some noise. Clap it up. Get all crazy in your Zoom room, in your little Zoom square. Mike Sindler, everyone. And in lieu of promoting himself, always promoting the Lighthouse Writers, always great thing. Appreciate it. And of course, you can catch Mike performing and reading and hosting workshops all around our little online poetry ecosystem. Thank you, man. Glad you're always here. And as I always said, whenever you're gone, there is an absolute absence, that is felt. So let's go ahead and keep going, guys. Glad to have you here. Happy Monday. How's everyone's poetry month going? If you're participating in 30 for 30, let us know, share that stuff. It's always fun. Let us know if you're posting them on a website anywhere or on your social media. Those are always fun. I always encourage people, catch up when you can also, because people put a lot of pressure to write every day, but sometimes you just gotta catch up on certain days. All right, so we're gonna go from Denver to the East Coast. We're gonna go make our first stop in New York, and that's one of the beautiful things about these online shows is that we can just travel anywhere on a whim, on an instant. Get to call them up. That's beautiful. And of course, we've been doing these now over 100 episodes. About to get ready to celebrate 2 years of doing this. So that's amazing. And as you'll see in here, there's a lot of people doing great things too on different nights of the week. So, all right, let's go ahead and welcome one of the people who is doing that. She's got her own open mic, Deadpan Dope, and of course she's got publications as well on the way. Let's go and welcome Deadpan Lizzie to the stage. What is up?
Thank you for having me. Yeah, I'm a busy person, but I'll get into that after I spit. And I am doing the 30 for 30. I love it. I wish it was 365. The prompts are so great. I love it. I know, right, Michael? Wouldn't it be awesome if it was every day? Also, I loved your Elijah poem. That was awesome. Thank you for sharing that. Yes, I'll read one of the 30 for 30 after.
Want it to be.
I'm sorry?
If you want it to be 365, it can be.
I write poetry every day and just give myself prompts every day, but I wish that group would just continue more than Poetry Month, because it's just, the prompts are just so rich and you can really just poetic license, do whatever you want with it. Anyway, I'll read a 30 for 30 poem as my second piece. This one I wrote this morning. It's called American Omelet. I feel like runny eggs in a frying pan, unsure how I want to be prepared, though I have been feeling like scrambled eggs, unseasoned. I want to feel like an American omelet, plenty of veggies to crunch on with just enough kick of spice, with flavorful home fries and a warm cup of chamomile tea beside. I have been this comforting meal before, and this last line is a panku. I want to get out of the skillet, enjoying life. Thank you. And then I'll read a 30 for 30 piece I wrote the other day. I've scrolled through. Here, I'll read this one. It's my author's note. Another beanie I wear as a writer, playwright. The dialogue I enjoy penning the most, when my fingers cannot stop typing on the keys. It feels like I'm composing a song I cannot stop pouring out of my mind, the villain's speech. Often the characters that struggle the most with their journey. The devil on one shoulder softly telling them to eat the forbidden fruits. The angel shouting loudly in their ears, don't do it. In a whimsical, polished way, of course. When drafting the first of a new work, I often take from my own experiences, the pain I live with day in and out, the bacitracin covering myself to heal if I am smart. Sometimes I drench my thirst in their poison when overtaken, but then I remember before walking across the park to make the mistakes with her in her sheets, the sadness they can't control, lust over love, her being typecast for fate she cannot easily control, I cannot control. I wish I could change her, help guide her through the scenes of life. When we have support systems in place, when the toxicity does not overpower us, but only us, individually alone, can use the angel on our shoulder to do good. Perhaps this is my author's note for the future, and that was a prompt for the morality plays, was the prompt the other day. So thank you.
Right on. Cool. And awesome. You said you were going to mention some of the things that you're involved in.
Oh yes, I will. I'll try to keep it brief because there's a lot, but I'll just so I have a book of Pankus, which is style poetry I created coming out later this year, Kundabini. So if you want to pre-order that, please visit elizabethsophiastrauss.com or my Instagram where that is es_Strauss. I am also curating with Red or Green Books and Guerrilla Poets an LGBTQ literary arts anthology. It is not limited to writing about your identity as an LGBTQ person or poetry. You can, as long as you are a member, allies, sorry, we're going to sit this one out, but we will include you in future anthologies in the future. But if you're a member of the LGBT, yes, I got to be clear about that because allies, I love what you're submitting, but this is just for folks in the LGBTQ plus community. Please submit with a cover letter how you identify in the community, and your 3 pieces to my email, which you can also find on my Instagram. That deadline is Friday night, April 15th, coming up at 11:59 p.m. Pacific time. I'm being really nice East Coaster about that. So if you're flooded with emails coming at 2 in the morning, for me, it's okay. But yes, so please submit for that. Also, if you are someone that is not out yet and you want to submit, you are more than welcome to submit under a pen name and use a pseudonym. We are not forcing anyone to do anything they're not comfortable with on their gender or sexuality journey yet. So to learn more about that, my books, I'm also in real estate in New York if you're looking for any of that stuff. es_Strauss or Elizabeth Sophia Strauss with a PHIA.com. Thank you so much, Richie.
All right. Yes. Thank you so much for that and being such an advocate as well, right, in the scene and doing what you do. And sometimes some of us just we gotta step back and some people don't recognize that, like, yeah, this is not the space, but we want to celebrate everyone, all you guys. So, also, I'm realizing that sometimes when we speak, we're also speaking from like maybe like specific colloquial terms and like 30 for 30. If you're watching right now and you're not sure what that means, in April it is Poetry Month, and so we say 30 for 30 is the challenge is to write 30 poems in 30 days. Some people actually do it. Some people like fall behind, like a week, and then they do one day, like just write a bunch, kind of going back. And then it's just another way to encourage writing, to encourage sharing of what you're doing. And as always, one of the things that when I following all of you guys online, something that makes me really happy is when you guys post, pictures of your acceptance letters to submissions to journals, magazines. That's awesome. So keep it up, guys. We definitely want to celebrate those things. All right. If it's hard to write on the spot, because I know that's a task, right? Writing a poem a day. If you're not used to writing, it's hard, right? And even if you are used to writing, that's still a hard thing. And so writing workshops help so much. Writing workshops like Tumble Words, Tumble Words. We're having a Poetry Month reading at the end of the month on April 30th. I'll let you guys know more about that the closer it gets to the date. How to sign up and all that. We'll do pre-sign-ups and everything. But I think one of the best ways to introduce Tumble Words is introduce the Tumble Words Poet Laureate. That's right. She's awesome. We recently gave her a shout out on a podcast we recorded. Let's go ahead and welcome Robin Schofield in the house. Always rocking a cool hat as well. Welcome back, Robin.
Hey guys. Yeah, I have to wear a hat right now because I got a bad haircut, so it's coming back. I got a better haircut, but yeah, I like to have a cool hat. And besides the reading on April 30th at Tumble Words, we have Kit doing a workshop on the poet Kim Adonizio. That's also on April 30th. So I'm going to read just one poem. It's kind of longish, but it is in sections. And it's all about gardening and a few other things. Demonstration garden. 1, mid-spring. In leopard-like light, Ignacio planted tomatoes called heat masters in our county demonstration garden while I sowed seeds for marigolds, flowers for the dead, yes, but also serving to ward off nematodes and white flies. They were Mother's favorite flower, but she never understood not to plant them in the shade. She thought only of their orange faces and where they looked beautiful. She didn't think of what flowers need. Mother, marigolds eat the light. Why didn't you know that? Now I, who study this garden in all of its seasons, must plant marigolds in the partial shade of the tomatoes to protect them from harsh desert sandlight. 2, midwinter. There was no harshness in the light of north central Texas, the land of live oak and weeping willow, land of creeks and springs and man-made lakes. There was the dark speed of the blue norther when the wind turned strong and the pressure dropped and the temperature, yellow light drained out of the sky, and my father liked to stand out in the weather to feel it come in. But he had no sympathy for me when I went outside to write on a gray November day. He yelled and told my mother she's playing some kind of game in her notebook. My father didn't plant flowers or anything else. He had fled the farm on purpose a long time ago. In fact, he trimmed their trumpet vine at the wrong time every spring at Mother's behest, snipping off the barely orange buds. One night when I was 12, he made us stay up to catch the lunar eclipse, and we saw the moon turn red and her light spill into the stars. He pointed out Orion's belt of 3 worlds, the first I'd seen them, the Big Dipper, the North Star, the Milky Way, my first travels in the universe. 3, midsummer. He took us on our first travels throughout the country, long road trips. When we went to Carlsbad Caverns, he said, "Hey, we're halfway to the Grand Canyon." And so we went from the dark caves of shiny limestone to sunsets bursting on the south rim. He took us to the big lake near us, made by damming up 2 creeks, the Garza and the Little Elm. I saw green light braiding the underside of leaves, the sparkle of the motorboat's wakes in the distance on the white and blue water. I remember Mother in her orange poncho on the beach under the umbrella, shielded from the sun, while she slathered us with sunscreen. I saw the full moon rise over the Galveston seawall and spangle the waters of the Gulf of Mexico. 50 years later, I watched the full moon come up over Mount Greylock in the Berkshires, land of glacier-made lakes and rivers and mountains. Here is a luxurious garden where the tomatoes are just starting with basil in between. A helicopter passes over and puts its searchlight right on Liskin and me. It must be my borderland karma or some backpacker lost in the dark. These hemlock and spruce forests and the light that filters through in the shape of the scarlet eft or the white bark of birch in moonlight. No, the forest isn't dark after all. So different from the dark, rainy El Paso to which I return, the core of Hurricane Enrique passing over. Sunset through thick clouds startles like the golden full moon. Sheets of rain, orange street lamps slanting through. Out the window the next morning, the light has migrated to silver drops on the pine needles. When it's dawn in the county garden by a lake in the great Chihuahuan desert, I'll admire the beautiful squash flower, the brilliant yellow gold of it. I'll think of how my mother would have loved the color. I'll think of how she wouldn't have been able to tend it or nurture it in any way, even though she loved it. So that's my contribution for tonight.
Alrighty then. Perfect. I love that. As always, dropping the hot imagery, and bringing it to the heart, to the home. Uh,
Woo.
Anything you'd like to promote or share really quick before we move on?
No, just come to Tumble Words. We usually write 2 to 4 times during a 2 hour period. So if you want to do poetry every 52 times a year, yeah, so that's pretty good. We meet
Excellent.
every week, so maybe 50 times a year.
That's right. That's right. Awesome. And yeah, and so for Poetry Month, I will mention you're gonna hear from Lee a little later in the show. Lee will be doing a workshop this Saturday. I'll be doing a writing workshop the Saturday after that. And then to end out the month is going to be Kit. So that's pretty cool lineup. And of course, people that are here right now in this room. So that's super exciting. Um, yeah, let's go ahead and keep it going. We're going to go to Jersey, where our beloved Jersey Jesus, the cult leader, the man of many nicknames. He is Nick. That's right. Nick Paleologos. What's up, man? Welcome back.
What up? What up? What up? I'm chilling. What up with you? How you been?
Good, good, good. I got my coffee. I'm ready. I'm hearing some dope poetry, so I'm gonna hear more right now.
Yeah, if my stand would actually stay properly, then then that'll work. Yeah, I'm on a 30 for 30 kick too as well, and it's wild that how much shit I've made. So I'll give you some all the new stuff, really. Just 3 poems. First one. A summoning ritual is a poem in disguise. I close my eyes to feel some sort of peace. I want to touch the statements in your wings, feel alive in the moment, wish that this wouldn't just be 3 minutes of my life. I want a vast majority of happiness every time I close these very eyelids, escape virtual reality, hope to a God that my prayers are answered. I want prosperity, a phosphorus stone of philosophy. I want to remember the moment in eternity, sung along the lines of my soul, a decadence with darkness. Remember how the lines of my soul spoke. These words in between us are just memories now. Spotlights shut down. The walk to the car. The bed calls. Faint to dead memories. Resurrected with each invocation, each incantation is a ritual. Each breath is a chance to gain a new peace. It's over when the eyes close. Open the next day to make new ones. And this one I made in one of my workshops, so I'm going to do this one. The Mystique of a Body. Epigram. I'll scratch a mystery, just please continue. Davey Havoc, AFI. I began to learn the mysteries my body holds. All the traumas unraveled like coiled snakes. Hidden knives that stuck in the wounds, still bleeding pain. I found them on the tendrils of my heart, in my lymph nodes. To this day, it's hard to stitch up a wound you cannot see. I loved myself, at least I thought I did. I wanted peace. All I found were silver pieces of butterfly knives stuck in my soul, still bleeding pain. I wondered on which dates do I begin to heal. The 6th, the 7th, or the 8th day. Over and over again, like watching a highlight reel, it just feels like I finally discovered it again. The roots of my problems cannot be dug out so easily. Please don't tell me it's easy. Have you ever dug a tree out of the ground without anyone around, with only a rope and the sound of silence? I'm distracted by the mysteries my body holds, how well you know me well, and how well you treat me. You didn't, and you haven't. I haven't treated you the best either. If I was sorry, I would have treated you better. Can I start right now? Like, right now. It can't be too late, can it? I will only know when I'm resting peacefully. And for my last one tonight, Don't fall over me just yet, microphone. This one is called Breaking Out of the Canvas to Get to Paradise. I want to leave the landscape I'm in, to travel beyond what the canvas shown. Take the acrylic and oil, mold into soil, grow new beginnings, new imprintings, new images that my paintbrush completes with a single stroke, a single blow that the touch that gods and goddesses dream about. Call stellar constellations to shoot stars into the hoops of space where boredom has no place, where interesting and strange are buddies, where there is no violence by any means necessary, no murder, no rape, no assault on any headquarters, where peace isn't just a sign, a peace sign, thrown in just a V, but we. Take me to that place where the stories are campfires, where I don't have to bring suitcases full of empty spirits and dead clothing, where we can unpack our troubles, get the full story, be at the forefront of love, where we can where we can paint hearts in the sky, turn thunderstorms into sunny days, make snow where we don't have to clean up, heat waves where we don't burn, turn droughts into rain clouds, where we can be who we are, where we can turn our bodies of clay into whatever we want. That is the place I want to go to. If only it were an imagination.
Ooh, man, that last line.
Woo.
Yo, everyone make some noise, give it up, show some love in the chat. Emoji. Nick, Paleologos, what up, man? That was killer pieces, man. Got a little something to say about each one, you know. But what do you have going on this month that you like to promote?
Let me see here. Where do I begin? I'm supposed to have a feature, and I don't know if it's supposed to be this Wednesday or in like 2 Wednesdays from now, and I've yet to hear back from the person. So I don't know what's going on with that. So as soon as I get those details, I will let you know about that. I will say this. On 4/20 at 8 o'clock start time, I will be running right to the mic again. So what it's going to be is it's going to be a workshop and then a live open mic afterwards. And the workshop what we're going to do is it's 4/20, so of course they're going to do base it around 4/20, of course, naturally. And then also, I think that I'm also should announce this too as well, Richie, that I'm also hosting here at BWOMS this month, the Monday, the 25th. And I have one more thing to announce too as well. On the 14th, this Thursday, I'll be hosting a vocabulary. It's called Got You Covered. So bring your covers, whatever it could be. Covers of poems, covers of music. We're all about it. And if you want to follow me more and everything like that, Real Nick PIG, Facebook Nick Paleologos, and also buy my book. This is a really cool book, and it really helps out a lot. So yeah. So there we go. So this is my book, Adverse Reaction. I'll drop my info into the chat and everything. Thank you, everyone, for having me. I can't wait for that Monday, Richie. It's going to be awesome.
I appreciate it. Yes, the real Nick P. Go check it out. Leave any links in the chat. I'll make sure to forward it to YouTube, to our wonderful peeps there on YouTube. If you're in El Paso, we got some live events all throughout April. They start to ramp up. In fact, tomorrow we're going to be in downtown El Paso at Mono Bar of Modern Art, where our open mic is going to be going down. Come through, hang out. I'm always there. Last Tuesday we had quite a few people turn out as well, so we're going to be there. We have our usual spots as well, Old Sheepdog Brewery, and then we're going to be at Craft Rhythm and Brews. I think that was going to be specifically we'll do like a poetry month feature, so if you guys want to come through, do that. What else? Yeah, that last week is going to be super busy, so I appreciate it. Nick's going to step in and help host, and then I mentioned the fact that this is a community. Go check that stuff out, all the stuff he's hosting. I'll forward your links right now on YouTube, Nick. All right, all right, awesome, good to have you guys here. What up, Sandy always tuning in as well. Appreciate you again, saying hi to peeps on YouTube. I see that people are watching, so good to have you. All right, let's go ahead and keep the ball rolling. We got plenty of people signed up. If you want to sign up, we may have some time. There's usually room at the end of the mic where we can add a couple people. So if you do want to sign up again, you can sign up. The link to sign up is in the description of our YouTube video, the live video that you guys might be watching right now. Or you can just ask for it and we can send it your way. But let's go ahead and keep going. We are going to go to Pittsburgh and we're going to tune in, visit Vale Larkin. What is up, Vale? What is up? What is up? Welcome back.
Hi.
Hey.
I'm gonna do two today. They're not. Neither of them are really new, but one of them is older than the other. Sacraments. Paper is not smooth. It catches on my fingerprints and sticks just enough to say, I have been here, and nothing will ever be exactly the same. I use spiral-bound books for writing. I enjoy their autonomous, supportive nature when folded. There is a small Canadian company that makes a hardback, spiral-bound, 300-page, all-recycled journal. Its mass in my hands, rough paper and cardboard, rings biting lightly, and the swing of its weight as I flip to my page, like my mind opening, and swinging itself wide and free into the world. I am anachronistic. Thoughts all somehow smoother onto paper than pixel. I write with fountain pens. I blame the first person who gifted me with one. She must have known, seeing my caressing of the stationery section, that I would be an easy mark. They make marks so easily. A brush of the nib, swinging from my fingers on one reality rough page, and all is revealed. And this is an old one I just felt inspired to read today. When I am a mountain. What if we begin as humans? Our impatience, our meddling minds, our teeming contradictions. And then we evolve into animals who are more coherent and closer to the earth. In time, our lives would end and we would be reborn as protozoa, first as perambulating bacteria, then carnivorous flowers, and then as vegetables and fruiting shrubbery, and then as trees, ancient angiosperms, solid as anything growing, wiser in their years than every other cell laying claim to life here. What if when we fell in our venerable majesty and were reborn as soil, we lived on? Learning the values of depth and stillness, and of giving support to every flighty life thing we would ever meet. What if we came to understand the rich persistence of rock, metal, magma, and the very planet herself? What if we paltry bipeds evolved into worlds, which evolved into stars, and then galaxies spanning awareness and purpose that would someday alight with the lives of a million billion blazing maelstroms to form a universe of possibilities and variation? Imagine how much we would need to accept of ourselves, of every last life of us, our movements and our musings, and the stillest space between breaths. Even while we are so flooded with rushing currents and rising tides in each whirling atom of our being, we would need to accept every death, each newness, each betrayal by our own substance, every moment of waking and finding ourselves turned to mysteries again. We would need to accept that we are infant immensities, all of us. Each life, each breathless stone, every molecule of air and space, everything existing, we hold reality like a seed inside ourselves, and we have so much still to learn.
Yes. Yo. Man, was there more? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt if you had more.
Oh, that was it.
You just say two.
I did want to briefly plug, I'm raising money this month for the Ukrainians, which is a group of journalists working in and around Ukraine to translate news back and forth across lines. So it's very important work, and I'm putting the link up in the chat.
Wow. Yes. Thank you for sharing that. I'll make sure to forward that as well. That's beautiful. Vale, thank you so much. I just recently learned that I have a friend who tunes in at these online mics, and they said every time Vale performs, I have to like look up new words, and I'm like, cool, awesome. Yeah. Apparently, like he's like he never says anything. I'm like, oh yeah, I watch it from time to time. So yeah, there's fans of you out there, guys, who are like listening in, tuning in. So definitely, I'm gonna forward that link. Thank you. Let's see. Yo, also shout out to Samuel Wilson on YouTube right now. Thanks for tuning in, man. And while I'm giving shout outs, shout out to Jenny as well for always tuning in and supporting. You know, you don't always have to perform to support. You can just tune in and listen. Diana as well. Thanks for checking it out. So yeah, it's always great to have people listening in as well. So if you guys are watching this at some point where this isn't live, you know, thank you as well. Leave something in the comments. Who did you enjoy? Who did you love? Like which line stuck out to you? So many of us were like requoting Vale's lines, like infant immensities. Like, damn, that's great. I love that. So inspiring. Okay, yo, so let's go ahead and keep going though. I'm gonna shut up because I will ramble on like I do, like I have been. All right, yo, we're gonna go from Pittsburgh to South Euclid, Ohio. We're gonna welcome Doc back to the room. What is up, Doc? Welcome back.
What is up?
What's up, man?
The ceiling is up. The roof is
Good.
up. The sky is up.
I feel like we've been here before.
And I have 3 all written in the past 2 days. Sonnet of Spring. Ascending notes of spring, writ in soft Aeolian tones, murmurations of warmth and sighing breath of blossoms. Season's journey begins on arcane pathways of time, letting go of the past, looking onward to the future. New growth beginning, burgeoning into tomorrow, amid bright skies of beyond, and Arios' chorus of birds. New and old become one, knit together into fabric of life. Seasons. I've been in the summer's warmth and shivered in the winter's cold. I've been in the rains of spring and wandered through the autumn's colors. I've been in the seasons of light and wandered in the seasons of dark. I've been in the seasons of sound and I've felt the seasons of silence. I've been in the seasons of kisses and warmed in the seasons of hugs. I've been in the seasons of hopes and soared in the seasons of dreams. I've been in the seasons of love and lost in the seasons of sorrow. I've been in the seasons of pleasure and racked in the seasons of pain. I've been in the seasons of forever and left in the seasons of never. I've been dancing through seasons of time, in reflections and photos of us. I've been in all the seasons of us, remembering what was, longing, dreaming, thinking of us. Rain shower. Dancing, laughing, playing, slipping and sliding, softly colliding on wet grass amid its sweet smell. Nude, neath soft, warm rains of summer. The elixir of time flows drop by drop into our cup of being. Your bare skin, your smiling face, your laughing face, glistening, gleaming, glowing with raindrops of love. Just the two of us, a bar of soap, and nature looking on. Thank you.
That was beautiful.
All right, thank you.
And tomorrow night, I will be featuring for Mingle with the Flamingos on Zoom. On Saturday, the 16th, I read for the New Mexico Poetry Society meeting via Zoom. And on Friday, the 29th, I will be reading in person for our city's Arbor Day ceremony. And tonight, after I read to City Council, the city issued a proclamation for National Poetry Month. So things are moving along poetically in the city of South Euclid.
I love that. I love that phrase. How are things moving along? Poetically. Love it. Great job, Doc. As always, appreciate it. Also feel free to share any links that you have in the chat, and I'll forward it to our YouTube peeps.
Well, I don't have any real links for any of this. You have to. They prefer that you go to their site and get the link there.
There you go. Alrighty then. Cool. Thank you, man. All right. Cool. Let's go ahead and keep going. Keep things moving along poetically, to use Doc's turn of phrase there. Our next performer, we get to celebrate an upcoming book, and it has a name. That's really exciting to announce. The Chameleon Chronicles. Joining us from New Jersey. Let's go ahead and welcome Terry Rose Jertson, iFunny's mom, back into the house. What's up, Terry?
Hi. Am I too close? Yeah, you can't even, you can see my hand. I'm way too close here. Okay, backing up. Yeah, I just got the cover art and I posted it. So if anybody, if I could tag you, I did. If I couldn't, then I guess you just have to, see it as you're just looking at whatever's out there on Instagram or Facebook. So this is in the book. I don't know if I gave it a title because it's not titled right here. I used to think that no one wanted to hear what I had to say. Birthed by years of my parents wanting me to shut up and be quiet. The last thing anyone wanted to hear was my voice, pointing out any flaws in the system that systematically dismantled our entire family. I can't remember a time when my parents seemed happy. The fighting was endless and it was crazy. It drove me out of there, searching for my own sanity, searching for the dream. I thought I knew what I wanted, but all I wanted was peace and love. I didn't realize that those two things will never be found outside of myself until 59 years later, running out of time and wishing for another do-over. And I have one more. This one is in there too. When I was in third grade, approximately 8 years old, I was mandatorily required to attend church every Sunday, and Sunday children were to be seen and not heard. I cannot voice my displeasure or risk getting a beating with the belt for back talking. That's code for having an independent thought, which was always risky and never fully understood. As I grew, I learned about the Holy Order and thought perhaps that was good enough. Thought perhaps I was good enough, that God would take me in and save me from the sin and the rest of the world, which seemed so apparent to me at the time. I tried to be good. I did everything the nuns told me. I prayed hard. I meditated on God's creation, but not his word, because that was only for the highly educated priest who had the calling and could interpret all of these symbolic and secret languages penned by the saints of God. I asked myself the question, could I be a saint? My family said no way. Why was that idea so far out there? Weren't the priests and nuns at one time someone's sons or daughters? Were they not human or transformed into something greater? I would not give up my quest. I wore the scapulet. It was blessed. I was instructed that if I never took it off, that I would automatically go to heaven. I told my mom when she asked why I would never take it off, and she seemed to be annoyed by my answer. My mom had a general annoyance with all things associated with the church at the time. Sorry, I had to mute something. She, for one, did not believe that we had to attend Catholic school. I remember my parents disagreeing about many things back then before the divorce. However, I knew I had the calling and no one was going to tell me otherwise. When I mentioned this to the Holy Order, they did not take it seriously. When I mentioned it to my mother, she just laughed and said no woman in this family could ever be a nun. She said I would not understand this until I was older.
All right, awesome. So, are you already taking pre-orders for your book? How are you going about that right now?
I just keep saying if anybody's interested in ordering either Touching Tongues from me or, I actually didn't get the word out about this book being able to be pre-ordered yet. But the same way, if anybody is interested, just message me, either Instagram message me or Facebook message me. So I have an idea. I'm going to have about 40 copies to start with. So, I mean, if you want to buy it, just message me.
Cool.
If you want to do a trade and I don't already have your book, I would consider that.
Well, there you
Because
go.
money is tight right now, and it's $15 is the price of the book. I had mistakenly put out the price of the book as $25, but that was the other book, and I didn't realize I made that mistake. But all of these books are $15 unless somebody wants to charge more for some reason or less for some reason. but it is, that's the range, $15. So, like I say, I'm not averse to doing a trade. I have an upcoming poetry game night with Chanson. Oh God, it's a day after tax day. So it's the 16th at, I think it's 8:00. And it's on the Forever 7 with Rayanne. And that's the only thing I really have coming up. I think there's going to be another book release launch party somewhere in the future. I don't have the date on that yet, but I will. And when I do, I will let everybody know when that is too. But if you want to go to the game, poetry games, just, you have to register on Eventbrite.
All right.
I'll put all that in the chat.
Excellent. I love that. I love that. Thank you, Terry Rose. Man, I love it. You just got the announcement. It's a good problem, right? Like you just like, I had this and this and this going on. So yes, as always, glad you can make the show. And of course, yeah, we'll be around when those come out, and support. All right. Sweet. What is up? We just got Ed Poetastic in the house. What is up, man? He'll be making the show a little later on in the night, but right now we're gonna go from New Jersey to the Bronx. So we're gonna stick around East Coast, and we're gonna welcome our friend Ron Mark Thompson in the house. What is up, Ron? RMT, I didn't catch you grabbing some food again, did I?
No, remember I said like third time was the charm. This time I'm sure I looked at your list. I went to the kitchen a few times, but like I literally came back like every 3 minutes. Let me make sure I don't miss it. So I am so happy I did not miss my spot this time, Thank you so much, Richie. I appreciate it. And as much as I would love to, I don't have a beautiful dog soundtrack like Terry had in the background, so you're just gonna have to keep up with me today. Sorry. I have a short poem. It is I wrote this a few weeks ago at a writing workshop at the Neo Regan Poets Cafe, led by my friend and boss, Advocate of Words. He started last month a writing workshop, both online and in person. It's hybrid, if anyone is interested. And in that specific exercise, he told us what a pentum is, which I've never heard before. I didn't even know there are so many different types of poems. Apparently, a pentum, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, is a poem composed of 4-line stanzas in which the second and fourth line of each stanza are repeated in the first and third line in the next stanza. It sounds more complicated than it is, though. So here is what I wrote. Oh, and when I wrote this, I wrote it about nature, because in New York City, it's not kind of spring yet. It's still a little bit cold. I think tomorrow or Wednesday we're getting our first 70-degree day. So we're slowly getting to spring. When I wrote this poem 2 weeks ago, it was still very, very cold. So here we go. It's called Winter is Not Yet Done. Winter is not yet done, another blanket of snow. Spring has not yet sprung, the season's one last show. Another blanket of snow, nature's beauty no matter the time. Current season's one last show before we'll get to the prime. Nature's beauty no matter the time, though not on our schedule. Before we'll get to the prime, we are taken for a fool. Though not on our schedule, the weather always on its own, we are taken for a fool, a curveball we are thrown. The weather always on its own, nature in charge, season not gone, a curveball we are thrown. Winter is not yet done. And that's the end. Thank you, everyone.
All right, awesome. I'm happy also baseball season is underway. So, I like the curveball reference thrown in there a couple times.
That's funny. It wasn't written, I didn't write it with that in mind, but it's good to hear that coincidentally it turned out like this. I'm not a baseball fan, so even though I live in the Bronx where the Yankees live, but this is being recorded and shown on live stream, so I'm holding all my comments.
Alrighty then. Cool, Ron. So, anything else that you'd like to promote for this next couple of weeks?
Yes, thanks. So I'll put in the chat my regular, Bronx Art and Fun Hub is my organization. You can find me at Ron Mark Thompson on social media. Also, I work I produce some of the events at the New Regan Poets Cafe, namely the Monday night, the hybrids and karaoke on Saturdays. And the two venues, one open mic monthly. And because it's National Poetry Month, if anyone happens to be in New York City, next week at my local library branch of the New York Public Library, which is the Kingsbridge Library, that's my neighborhood in the Bronx, I will be leading 2 different programs next week, a poetry writing session on Tuesday, and creating a mini zines with poems and quotes on Saturday, kind of an arts and crafts workshop that I developed originally at Bronx Art and Fun Hub, and I'm bringing it to the library in person. So I put all that information in the chat, and you see me most Mondays here, as many Mondays as I can make it. So glad to be back here. Thanks so much, Rishi, for keeping us up here on Mondays. Really appreciate it. Shout out.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, that means the world that I know it gets late for you and everything, and you still take the time when you can to come through. So it means a lot. And again, obviously you guys heard it, like you do so much as well for facilitating some great things. So as always, my extended thanks to you. And I can't wait to visit the Neo-Rican Poets Cafe. That's still a mecca for me. So next time I visit the area, for sure I'm gonna make a chance to stop by. So hopefully within the next year, but we'll talk about that. We always talk about these things in the after party. If you guys are tuning in, after the show, once the last poet performs and I close it up, we usually hang around on Zoom and just chat it up for whoever wants to. It's a great it's just a place for a sounding board. Sometimes we'll talk about the most random things. Sometimes it's serious, sometimes it's silly, whatever. Sometimes a lot of us are eating or drinking beer, whatever. But it's a cool hangout. Anyway, so I'm going to shut up. Let's go and move on. We are going to go from coast to coast because now we're going to go to Oakland, California, and welcome D. Allen to the stage. And as always, he's such a commanding presence. I'm just going to let him take it away. D. Allen, take it away, man.
Look what I have, Mr. Paleologos. Ad versus reaction. Seriously, folks, this book has the same energy as his live on Zoom performances. Once you get this book, trust me, it will be a very entertaining read from cover to cover. Memory Loss and Welcome Home are already my favorite poems from Adverse's Reaction. And now, on with what I do best. Disease breeds disease. Strange new ailment giving pneumonia-like symptoms has a ripple effect spanning our globe. Floating on the wind, harm to health, diaspora of microbes, point of outbreak, Wuhan, China. Within a month, fate's transmission, country by country. Bad news travels fast. Reported cases of coronavirus breeds a second disease. One much older, equally contagious, easier to spot the signs. Point of outbreak, the human mind. Modes of transmission, mainstream media, person-to-person contact. Symptoms include stereotyping, side glances, spiteful feelings disguised as jokes, bullying, swearing, unprovoked assaults, avoiding restaurants, insulting internet memes, misinformation, discrimination, lumping together Japanese, Korean, Vietnamese, Laotian, and Thai under the heading of Chinese. International travel bans, tendency to run from, duck and dodge straight black hair, almond-shaped eyes, yellow skin, mistaken notion of Chinese equals virus carrier, and sudden memory loss to the simple fact that Asian lives matter too.
True that.
Broadway. Splotch of Krylon black spray paint changed the name and character of downtown Oakland's main drag from Broadway to Broadway, and it shows. When the businesses closed down behind thick plywood and nails, chromatic murals went up, coating them with words and images, open air, free of charge, art exhibit over 2 miles wide, not 2 streets, not 2 blocks, 2 miles. Aerosol can made homages to the non-Caucasians no longer here. Bayard Rustin, Ray Charles, John Lewis, Sandra Bland, Emmett Till, George Floyd, Breonna Taylor. Her mural is what you're seeing on the screen right now. And that's between 12th and Broadway, or rather Broadway. Mural's still there. And heroes still among the living. Angela Davis, Cornel West, Boots Riley, Stevie Wonder. Different sceneries and different hues declare liberation for the Africans here in the West. The dead deserve justice, the living respect. Who would have thought civil unrest, shattered glass, protesters battling cops could bring a great surfeit of beautiful paint, art for blocks? That was called Broadway. And the last poem, I'm not going to use the share screen feature for, but 2 live props. And this one's deeply personal. It's my own. It's one of 2 attempts I've made of a form of writing called expressive writing, which means you just sit down, write on the paper, write what you feel in the immediate moment without thinking about punctuation, proper grammar, or anything like that. This is one of those poems in response to a writing prompt created by the editor of Journal of Expressive Writing by the name of Jennifer Minotti. This was based on one of her prompts. This is called Out Front. The arch roof above my head I am grateful for the arched roof above my head, the twin rafters with the twin lights holding it in place, the faux walls surrounding me, the two windows with the two Venetian blinds down and shut at all times, the red brick floor beneath my feet, the wooden shelves full of books and movies, the VHS by themselves, and DVDs in clear totes, the Keatsa mattress I sleep on, the melatonin that helps me sleep, the vegan food in my fridge, a meat-free zone, the fruit and vegetable juices I savor, the filtered water I drink moat and tap shit. My mistake, 3 props. Hardcover journal notebooks and the roller point pens I use to express myself, the shower I use even though I'm a bathtub man, the Hewlett-Packard laptop computer aiding creation of the once and future poetry volumes, the Samsung TV and VCR DVD player combo, the little house in East Oakland I call home, the vast collection of political slogan t-shirts. I wear the convictions of my heart on my chest. But gets me the most love on the street. And most of all, I am grateful for the bus drivers, the firefighters, the restaurant delivery drivers, the subway train conductors, the laundrette clerks, the grocery store workers, the farmers market workers, which I happen to be one, the doctors, the nurses, the paramedics, the pharmacy workers, the protesters for the rights of all Black lives, the dead and the living, the mutual aid collectives giving food, water, medicine, and household items to the people living hand to mouth during this goddamn pandemic and long before. All the heroes out front in our service, seeing to our immediate survival needs. They could use the praise, and you don't need superpowers to be a hero. Just be there out front for us.
There it is. And really quick, how can people purchase any of your books, D?
I'll put that info in chat.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yeah, support that. Thank you, man. Let's go and make some noise. As always, show some love.
Yes, D. All that right there. All that right there. Thank you for your support. And also buy D's books too as well. I just read one of them. Oh my God. Y'all are missing out.
Got some new ones out, more on the way from what I hear from the chat. So, yo, that's really cool. Check out the books. If you got a little extra cash, you know, it goes a long way and just means the world for all the writers to get their words out there into the world, you know, in the hands of people who are going to read them and cherish them and experience them. Alrighty then. We're going to go from Oakland, where we just saw Dean. We're going to go ahead and go back, travel a little across the country and go to Cleveland, Ohio. And we're going to welcome back a friend we haven't seen in some while. He'll tune in every now and then, but his presence has been missed, of course. But let's go and welcome back to the show, Urban Cowboy Poet, UCP, the place to be. Look at that.
Go from the east coast to the west coast to the north coast. I'm on
the north coast. The north coast.
Right. I can see Canada from my house if I was an eagle, maybe. I don't write much on prompts. I should. Well, there was a long period in time last year in the pandemic. I wrote one haiku. Social distancing, just a thing for the writer. My screen is still blank. So, but I'm working on it. I'm finishing up my legends book. I was going through all my files, got all my legends together. I think I got one more to finish for my book. And I saw some other files. I saw one stanza from a prompt, well, a theme that Finn Bell has these Thursday night shows, they has themes. You have to sign up a week or two in advance. And I didn't get on, but it was the theme was best thing I never had. And I had started something. So I just wrote today, and I wrote a lot more of it. So I'll do that. Best thing I never had. And if it's not really coherent, it's still a work in progress. I'd have to say that overall, my life's been pretty good. Loving family, fun adventures, and yummy home-cooked food. With physical and mental health and smarts, I know I've been blessed. But of all the things I've never had, which one is the best? I never had a palace, yacht, or private railroad car. They're not the kind of things I'd wish for upon a star. Nor James Bond's Aston Martin, not even just a lease. I'd wish for immaterial things like maybe world peace. The peace of being free from material goods sounds pretty nice. I'll let go all my worldly possessions if I can get a fair price. The best other things I never had to be heard is what I'm missing. I could be funny and interesting if folks would shut up and listen. There weren't too many things I missed out on in my life. Though it would have been great to have a kinder, more faithful wife. A true soulmate who'd love me forever is a thing I never had. If you think they don't exist, you didn't know my mom and dad. I never had a daughter. I know they could be nice, but they could be trouble too. They eat all sugar and spice. Maybe a daughter is the best thing I never had. I'll never hear a teenage girl tell me, whatever, Dad. Throughout my youth, I let potential lovers pass me by. In my formative years, I was too Catholic and too shy. Now they see the skills I've learned and see how well I'm hung. It's the women who regret missing me when I was young. Thank you. I got time. I'll do legend. I haven't done much, but it was one that Jersey Jesus requested a while ago, a folk lesson, the Jersey Devil.
Right on.
I haven't done it in a while, so I thought I'd do it. If you've seen a legendary beast, don't mean you're smoking dope. Cowpokes in Wyoming sing along with the jackalope. America's got all kinds of creatures in just about every place. Some emerge from watery depths. Some come from outer space. There's Bigfoot up in Washington. Others like him have been found. From Oregon to Florida, big hairy beasts abound. Look for Alabama's White Fang if you're an ape-man fan, or Fluke Monster of Arkansas, or the Tennessee Wildman. Prehistoric lake monsters don't end with Scotland's Nessie. There's Champy up in New York. Maryland's got Kessie. Alamahaha down south, Tiksuruk north, native tribes believe. We've got the Lake Erie monster right here in the land of Cleves. If you're ever way up north in Maine, look for a ghostly moose. Every state has some kind of legend running loose. Vampires, pig beasts, aliens, dragons, and on the evilest level, there's a 300-year-old Satan spawn they call the Jersey Devil. Back in 1735, according to the lore, Mother Leeds had 12 children. She didn't want no more. When she got knocked up one more time, she laid on a curse in the presence of the midwife, her 18th century nurse. She had told her husband to stop fathering and to leave her alone. This cursed child won't be yours, it'll be the devil's own. Number 13 came out normal, but as soon as it was born, it grew a tail and wings, tail and hooves and wings, and a goat head topped with horns. Then it screamed and whipped its tail. The children it was scaring before it flew up the chimney and escaped to the pine barrens. That region of South Jersey where robbers and lowlifes roamed was a perfect inhospitable place for a devil to call home. Devil sightings through the years have New Jerseyites convinced the monster is immortal these 3 centuries since. There were 19th century reports by one notable after another, like Commodore Stephen Decatur and Napoleon Bonaparte's brother. By the early 1900s, devil hunts were kept up steady, with rewards offered by newspapers and cages at the ready. Devil culture is alive today. There's board and video games. There's even devils playing hockey, but I don't think they're the same. Each state champion has its own legend. The competition's serious. California's dark watchers are by far the most mysterious. Chupacabra preys on Texan stock. Sasquatch might be the hairiest. But New Jersey folks can rest assured their creature is the scariest. Thank you.
All right, I missed all the urban legends. That is great to hear. Thank you for responding to that. Yeah,
Yeah.
poet.
That's a folk legend. I'm wondering whether I should put that in the book of urban legends or not. I think maybe
True.
I could put it in.
Put some good stuff on there. Awesome, man. You got anything coming up or anything you'd like to promote? It's been a while.
Yeah, I don't have much. There might be a feature locally, but I don't know if it's going to be online or in house. Oh, thank you.
Right.
Urban Cowboy Poetry on Facebook and YouTube.
There you go. That's it. Awesome. Yeah, and then you're telling a story. I know you got that cool background with the animated Aurora Borealis. You got
Aurora
the tree
Borealis.
lines, the Jersey Devil. I was waiting for him to pop out somehow behind that. So
I got this new computer and I don't have new backgrounds yet to add in. And
it worked. It fit well. It felt well. It felt well with the storytelling. Appreciate it, man. Thank you for joining us, UCP. Alrighty then. Be careful with the Jersey Devil. Yeah, I want to hear more about that in the after party. I want to hear Nick's experiences with the Jersey Devil. We'll do that. We'll talk about our regional folk tales and legends and all that. That'd be kind of fun. Those are always interesting conversations. But right now we're going to continue with our open mic. We're going to come back to El Paso. Our next performer is leading a couple of amazing workshops. I'll let them talk more about it, of course. Let's go ahead and welcome the MV Lee. Let's go and welcome Lee Martinez Soto. What is up?
Hello. So I have three things, whatever. An old one, two new ones. The word of the week for last week and this week is dissociation. So just learn it and practice it in your everyday vocabulary. So this is called mindless meditation. Focus on your body. You can close your eyes if that's comfortable for you. Should I focus on the physical vessel I inhabit or the abstract concept which validity is questioned in media, politics, casual conversations, and late night pillow talk? What parts should I focus on? The whole that encases me or the parts that break me? Perhaps the parts wandered in silence or out loud by strangers. Notice how the weight of your body. Take a deep breath in. My body's weight in this country is measured in what I bring to the economy. How hard and how long am I able to work to be worthy of life? Able-bodied, disabled mind, too functional to be dysfunctional, but too dysfunctional to continue. This body's weight can be counted as well, and how many rights can it be stripped from based on arbitrary fractions used to determine its worth? Is my center too hollowed, perhaps? Is this fragile wrapping encasing me an off-colored attempt at unconvincing despite its lightness? Take a deep breath, and as you take it in, feel the oxygen enlivening your body. As you exhale, feel yourself relaxing deeply, calmly, permanently. I can't breathe. And I say this in the literal and the poetical sense. I'm panicking. My heart is picking up the pace that my legs can no longer catch. My body is here, but not really. I have been living in a blur, leaving this body behind to exist in alternate realities, leaving proof of a multiverse, at least in my mind. Be aware of your whole body as best as you can. Notice your whole body present, resent is present.
Yo, I think we lost Lee. internet things.
Their video froze for a while before their voice dropped out.
I think Lee broke the internet.
It happens. It happens.
I
Lee,
mean,
you
that
killed
does
it.
happen sometimes. Lee, we can't wait to hear more from you.
I know.
Ah!
We're doing a dramatic pause for you. All right. Get you
Quite
back
the
on
dramatic
call.
pause. We got you, Lee. I hope all is
Awesome.
well over there.
Yeah. We're still here on the live stream, so I'm trying to think how to proceed. Should we just put a bookmark on that? Because I love where that was going. I wanted to see where it was going on this one. I know what happened. Oh. Okay, so we'll wait for Lee to get back, but of course, once again, welcome to our Monday night online open mic every Monday here from 8:20 p.m. Mountain Time to kind of whenever we finish. It's usually a little after 11 Mountain Time. We get the same amount of performers each time, but of course, we welcome always new performers, new and returning performers. So come on through if you are a student at EPCC and you like to write or sing or play an instrument. Come on in. The water's fine. Come hang out with us. Get to meet some cool peeps from all around the country. All right, Lee's attempting to rejoin. Excellent. We're making it happen. We will. And so also just kind of as a heads up, after Lee, we're gonna go and bring up Ideas Aubrey, followed by Manuel Martinez, Ed Poetastic, Kit Ren, Tessel Somok. We got a couple open spots, and if we have time, Dan the man. If we have time, I didn't mean it like that. Okay, but I think Lee is back. We got it. Are we good? We good?
Yeah, sorry, I don't know what happened.
All good. It's all good. We were just saying it's a very dramatic pause. I'll leave it to you.
I don't know where I left off, so should I move forward with another poem, or I'm not sure.
Maybe the multiverse of me, like around there.
Okay, it was almost done, so we're good. I'll do the two other ones. Where is it? So this one is new from this Saturday's Tumble workshop. No title. The eye within my mind's eye can see through my bullshit. It knows that I'm lying, justifying, minimizing, exaggerating to appease the voice within me, screeching blame, another guilt trip to shut the quiet voice of reason, too shy or scared to speak up. The eye within my mind's eye knows how the skin bends around sharp edges, breaks with softness, and craves acceptance. It also knows of this brittle bones I pretend restrain me and how easy it would be to break me. The eye within my mind's eye thinks I am a coward, and it knows I know, but choose to keep this blindfold on, lest I find me. And then I have a last one over here, also from a Tumbleworks workshop. This one was given by Nick P over here. Let me just find it. Why do I have so many fucking poems in one page? I don't know. Here we go. Burnt out of living, hooked on a version of nitrous oxide, call it antidepressant, call it dissociation, call it the rush of oblivion, temporary with the promise of permanence and the threat of transience. Heart full of black, obnoxious, dual colors, war of words spoken in silence, inside, always inside. Retreat within to keep the self at bay. Cornered barbed wire fences followed by walls topped with candy-colored broken glass, jack sharks mirroring mirages of no tomorrows or all tomorrows. Burned out of living with this overwhelming occupation of me, on me, from me, running me further down, down, down into the ground and dust. And that's it.
It's dust. Poof. That's
Yo.
Yo, make some noise for Lee.
Oh my god. That was everything. You broke the internet, and then in the process, you broke the prompts to it as well. Oh my god. I love what you did.
And you broke his mind. Like, oh, that's great.
That was amazing.
Awesome. So, that was great. Promo time. So, let us know, the internet know where we can see more of your work and upcoming workshops.
So of my work, you can find it on the little link somewhere here. There on the bottom, it says at @cadáveres_literarios for Instagram. Aside from that, I will be hosting a Tumbleworks workshop on this Saturday, which is the 16th, and it will be some prompts on shadow work still. It's called Restoration, and it's just in time for I'm informed this Easter weekend or some shit like that. I don't care. It's a pagan shit, so we're doing some pagan shit. After that, I have one on May 21st, also a shadow work one, and this will be through the Borderland Rainbow Center. And finally, on June 11, I have yet another one on shadow work as well with Tumbleworks. Two of the links are already on my landing page, which I'll share on the chat and also on YouTube so that you can sign up if you're interested.
Right on. Shout out to the shadow work. Make it work. All right. Go check out, I'll forward that link as well. For those of you who are interested, thank you, Lee, as always, for coming through and sharing everything, I'm looking forward to that workshop. I have to make plans, we got to set aside a calendar to make these sometimes, but they're a lot of fun. Come through and write with us. All right, so we're gonna bounce back to El Paso in just a moment, but before we do that, we're gonna go to Los Angeles and visit. His last performance on here was just like it was so great. It was so amazing. If you didn't have a chance, go check it out in our archives, which you can go and access on our YouTube channel. Let's go and welcome back to the stage Ideas Aubrey. What is up, man? Great to see you.
Good, everybody. Happy Poetry Month. Get some snap for you guys. Get some snaps. Get some snaps. Get some claps. Yeah. Ooh, so good to be on the mic. So good to be on the mic. This poem is called Meditation. Yes. Listen to your emotions. Open up those circles. Listen to our struggle. Listen to our friendship. These are the words of poetry. Snap to your reality. Snap to your fantasy. Snap to your emotion. Take this extra practice and meditate to change. I want to devour our words. I want to take back our emotions. I want to feel our struggles, feel our snap. Just close those eyes. What are you feeling? Scream through the mountains, scream through your pain, scream through those pages, scratch every blood through your words, scratch every pen you about to whip, scratch every feeling of these circles of words. We are fighting through our skeletons and our closets. We are taking an extra breath. We are fighting the demons around us. We are the art of poetry. Yes. Listen to your emotions. Listen to our struggles. This is a circle of friendship. These are the art of poetry. Ooh, peace and love, Ideas Aubrey. Ooh, I got it. Poetry. I write through the journals. I listen to the instrumental going through my mind. I'm blessing to the pen. I have been waking my shining guy and waking my nine-tailed fuck demon inside of me. I open up the door to make me feel something different. I am inspired to become the pen. I am a different type of poet. I am encouraging who I am. I'm walking around the different. My style is so much different. I travel around these words to my buses, to the train, maybe a sidewalk or a park, maybe a beach. I know what I need to feel. These are something opposite. These are the words I live through. These are the words I correct. These are the words I write. These are the words I just feel. These are the words I reference. These are the words I read. These are the words I put. I break down to the words and live it. I break down the sweat through my eyes. I break down the pain. I live it. I break down to the bite of my tongue. I break down the blood to my fingers. I'm breaking down every emotion on this stage. I'm breaking down to the mic. I write in my journal. I listen to the instruments. I'm carrying a burning away and open my shining gun, open the nine to Damon Fox and around me. I'm feeling the juices around my blood. I am not the different, my crate, my style around me. I am the art of my poetry, my art of my opposite. I am something where I live. These are the vital of my words. I am scratching and feeling every power where I have. Poetry make me happy. I am throwing all the pain through you. This is me. Poetry is my love. Peace and love. Ideas are breed. I call this piece 1,000 Poets of Change. This is our planet, so let's take it back. Lift up a believing. So hold back your words, hold back your voices, hold back everything we are. This is injustice. I want to create world peace. I want to change our leaders around us. I want to change our country. I want to educate my students. I want to educate my poets. I want to educate the hosts. I want to educate the mic. I want to change something around. I do not going to give up. I would never want to surrender. I want to take back what we are. This is 1,000 poets of change, 1,000 of poets of a pen, 1,000 books of a dictionary, 1,000 ways I can walk down this earth and say, I can change something. I can become something different. I can embrace every around these leaders. I am the one I can encourage around who I feel. This is not just a country. These are the country of poets. These are the country of artists. These are what I live for everywhere I go to. So I want to embrace mics or poets. Lift up your pens, lift up your books, lift up your composition, your notebook, and everything wherever you write. This is 1,000 poets of change. 1,000 are hosts, 1,000 are open micers, 1,000 are rappers, 1,000 are comedians, 1,000 are dancers, 1,000 are songwriters, 1,000 poets of change. Let me change something about you. We can inspire it. We can feel us. Let's take a stand. Let's change it. I'm calling all poets around the country and the world in different states. 1,000 of my brothers. 1,000 of my sisters. 1,000 of my youth. 1,000 of poets of change. Peace and love. Ideas Aubrey. Thank you.
That last one though.
Yo, right?
That yo. What? Oh my God.
Beautiful. I love the energy, man. The intensity and the dynamics you bring to the stage.
Thank
to
you.
bring it up, bring it down, slow it down. Last time you were chanting Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. I picked up on that. I think I forgot to mention it, but appreciate you, man. You got anything coming up? How can people who are hearing you for the first time follow and support your work online?
Well, you can really support me on. You can go for Ideas Aubrey on anything from IG, Facebook, and Twitter. That's basically easy. Just type in Ideas Aubrey and I'll follow you back. I'm gonna check my calendar because I have a lot of events. So you guys can DM me about these events. I do have a feature performance on the 16th. I have another feature performance on the 24th, a feature performance on the 29th and the 30th. But the 30th is my best friend's wedding. She asked me to do some poetry for her, but it's amazing. And just really just DM me. I will send some links out and hey, come through and just really support because it's the best thing about poetry. And especially I do a couple of poetry on the Twitter spaces. If you're not familiar with Twitter spaces, I do an NFT poetry circle. I'm not a co-host. I just support the event. We do a Tuesday night jam on the Twitter spaces. So if you're not familiar how to use spaces, it's a lot of cool open mics you will be hearing from different states, different countries. So really unify those spaces on Twitter because there's a whole new different thing into the metaverse. So I gotta take an extra breath. But it's so much, like I said, ideas Aubrey on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. So thank you, Rishi. This is gonna be an awesome night.
Yes, I love it, man. And also thanks for putting us onto that. I didn't even realize that because that's kind of a relatively new thing, that the spaces.
Yeah, it's
So-
really new. It's just a lot of but I usually use Twitter Spaces just for the poetry stuff, but it's a lot of other people do a lot of different NFT stuff, comedy, conspiracy theories, and some other weird stuff on there. I just
Yeah.
go for the poetry and just mind my own business.
That makes sense. Yeah. We'll be on the lookout for that. That's pretty cool, man. Thank you for joining us as always, man.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
the performance. Go and take a breath, man. Grab some water.
Yeah, thank you.
I needed some, secondhand, like, oh man, I'm gonna need some. All right. Yo, so we got some more peeps. In fact, I'm gonna give a shout to Ray Ramos, just signed up. If you're still watching on YouTube, the link to join the Zoom call was in the description, so you can join us here. We're getting you pretty soon. There he is. Yeah. So Ray is one of the founders of a poetry slam here in El Paso, Freehold Slam, back in the day, and he's really responsible for a lot of poetry stuff that's been going on in El Paso. So he'll be coming up in just a moment. Right now, we're gonna go ahead and go to El Paso and visit Manuel Martinez, who has been rocking it as well. Always has a really cool setup. How you doing today, Manuel?
Doing pretty good.
Right on, man.
Happy to be back here. Today I have one old and two new, so new shit. Y'all can yell that for me, please. So
New shit.
New shit.
New shit.
Thank you very much. So here we go with the old one. The sensation of barely existing, absent, ethereal, and at the same time chaotic, disjointed. Forever chasing unreachable heights, always living in between breaths, barely indistinguishable from decay. Snapshot, trepidation. Snapshot, an infinite loop of disaster and failure. A sort of tiredness that lingers under the skin, crawling ever so slowly, chewing away at every thought, until the skin can no longer hold its own weight, then collapse. Snapshot. Alright, then I have one more in English and one more in Spanish. I'll read the one in English first. I tried to find my voice, but when I spoke, only dust came out. I became trapped with my own silence, forced to become intimate with unspoken words, and the unbearably present sting of my throat. Ideas piling one on top of the other, becoming solidified, a boulder that has become my burden to carry. And the final one, as most of you guys know, me and Lee recently lost our dad. And it's kind of been hard for me to write down what I feel about the whole process. So here's something. Sorry if my voice starts to break a little bit. But here we go. Soy el fruto de aquel árbol que elevó sus ramas muy cerca del cielo, de raíces arraigadas en suelos rocosos y difíciles, raíces que a pesar de hambre, sed y negación lograron florecer, formar mapas subterráneos, caminos truncados, llenos, plenos, complejos en su simpleza, que me nutrieron, me permitieron mirar al cielo y entender que soy el fruto de dolores, tropiezos, alegrías y de ramas elevadas a lo alto, a cielos despejados. That is it.
Sorry, man, you got me off. As I always like to say after Lee reads, that's not just it, that's everything. Thank you for sharing that, man. Very beautiful, like getting to hear these tributes. I know
Beautiful.
you do Twitch. I don't know if you want to plug that really quick.
I will. I am honestly on a thesis grind right now, on dissertation grind, so I haven't been really doing that. But if you guys are interested, there are my socials: Instagram and Twitch, Blacksmithing Scientist; Twitter, Blacksmith Site. If you just want to see me retweet angry political rants, that's all I do over there.
That sounds awesome. Yo, congrats too on that. I know it's a lot of hard work. So wish you well on that process. And see you on the other side.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Cool. Glad you can be here. All right. Yo, what is up, everyone? Once again, welcome back to Stay at Home Open Mic. We have, I don't know if this is his first time here, but we're going to stick around in El Paso really quick. I was talking about Freehold Slam right now. And he often likes to describe himself and the group Frio Slam, you know, a bunch of drinkers with a writing problem. We have Ray Ramos in the house. Ray, what's up, man? Are you here? Let's see. Yeah, some of you've been around in El Paso for a little while might know. He's here on the call, but I gotta make sure you're
Yeah, I think I'm unmuted now.
there you are. What's up, man? Welcome.
What's going on? It's been a while. Good to hear from you guys. I'm glad that you're still doing this.
Of course, man. So you want to spit something? Also, spit something, but also tell us about your book, man.
Oh, sure, no problem. First of all, I want to give it up to you, Richie, because you've been holding on the fort, man. Like, you have been poetry in El Paso forever now, man. And I really, really appreciate that. Everybody that's, come before really appreciates the fact that you dedicated yourself to the scene here in town, man. Even when it was looking bleak, you were still there. So thank you for that. I appreciate it. And thank you for having me on. I've been kind of in exile for the past 5 years. Been working on my comic. The graphic novel finally dropped this week, so I'm happy to say that I have fulfilled that and want to read some poetry to celebrate. So I'm going to read some stuff for you. Cool.
Oh, man, thank you. Go and take it away.
All right, no problem. I'll start off with some old shit. No, wait, no, this is old shit to me, right? Not old shit for you guys, but let's see what you guys think. So I'm a little rusty, so just bear with me. This is called Antigone. Wish them no fuller measure of evil than they, on their part, do wrongfully to me. Oedipus at the colonias, condenada por cadenas de una madre. What can we do to accomplish what others strive to acquire? What others' senseless attrition is a contradiction to this affliction. She searches for a place, una noche no en llamas, where the burning sun no longer accuses those that carry on, where the hard earth will yield, where it will not spit up the dead, and the rest can come at the price of dignity. No violation for those who do not venerate this narco chant of delusion, santo narcosista narcisista. For martyrs made on money are malodorous, and the reek of false prophetic claims when she is still standing, awaiting her chance to state her case, when all she needs is burial for the sister, aunt, madre, hija, esposa that will never come home. Para las inocentes, the ones taken again and again, when all she demands is denouncement without blindness or appeasement. Que no sean olvidadas estas palabras. Remember the names of all of those who are nameless, those that were swallowed by the Hecate, those laid claim by Medea. No monologue, vaginal fury here. Just intrusion, contusion to fortify this feud of falling stars that flew away, of shepherd sanctum made dishonest by shadowy pulp. To hero and herd Antigone deeper into Hades, away from the suffering, and victimize those who realize femicide is deicided by deceit. The maiden, tossed aside and turned in tresses of terror and turmoil, lost in seas of desert sand, fine as those in Neptune's grass, eating caliche and peyote pudrido, cold, calculating chaos, deep as the murky abyss of memory, muchachita perdida, perdóname. The mother of tears, of loss, of plight, fruitless shrieks in dead of night, a malady of murmured whispers said to conjure wickedness in the hearts of men, whose mothers mourned, sus madrecitas llorando, when manhood was a hooded mistake taken for granted in alphabet soup and sour milk atonement. And the crone to carry the weight of corpses, to usher the underworld revolt, the restless dead, Santa Muerte, mortification in shaming death. We owe the truth, la verdad de la Llorona, wrapped in agony, linens dirty, in treacherous teachings, que nunca sea sepultada, when there are only regrets of love to be buried. I am merely Orpheus, Antigone, my love. I can only sing your celebration in the deepest corners of perdition, speak your true name to the soulless, chanting your dreams upon the lips of the lost, the damned, the women of suffering, mujeres extraviadas, hoping my light will guide you home at last. So that's that one.
Damn, man. Yes.
Yeah, it's been a while, man. I'm sorry if I'm a little rusty. Let's see. And this one's for you, Richie. One more, and then I'm out. So I don't want to take up too much of your time. Let's see. There we go. This one's an oldie. Well, it's an oldie where I come from. So this is Testosterone in B minor. This was Richie's favorite. And please stay till the end of the poem. Don't leave, okay? Testosterone in B minor. You know, I'm not built for this love shit. I need raunchy ass hookers and houses to crash in when I get too drunk and trip over the carpet while trying to reach the bathroom before I throw up all over my hands. I need a pistol in my pants to hold up the corner liquor store for a cheap thrill, wearing a werewolf mask and chanting, I sucked Christ's cock and ate his heart, as pigs with pistols in their pockets surround me to reenact my howling Butch Cassidy to a standoffish senorita who catches me dead bang in the eyes, running my hands up and down her thighs, pulling pink panties painfully aside as she pouts and sighs. While the next morning I'm trying to figure out why she has a hairy lip. I need drugs with cool names like crack and smack and acid and blow, speed and X, some hash, tie-dyed surfer coating, fevered favor and fiending, failing, fuck. I need some crack. I need a filthy horror night to suck it right. And a clean pair of boxers after I've cummed all over her back and set the bitch on fire. I need money in my pocket to buy a Mickey drink for that pretty young thing at the end of the bar. You know, the one that spouts poetry, smells like strawberries, and has a really nice tit for tat, drone in her moan whenever the beat that pounds incessantly envelops her senses. I need to be beat, not a wannabe beatboxing badass blabbering bullshit about beliefs I don't believe, but beat, baby, beat, round, baby, round, not square. I want to howl as I taste the blood of those bastards that choose words anyone can anticipate and manipulate. Why don't you masturbate to true beatific beauty, beatnik frenzy, beatnik cool? I need to be fucked up, beaten like a dog, gunned down in a blaze of two-gun glory that'll leave all pretenders attending to their wounds, nervous, licking the walls and lighting cigarettes the wrong way. I need to stop writing meaningless poetry that fits into every other meaningless facet of failure I fit. I need to live, to forgive, to be rebuilt, to sustain love in my heart. I need to forget about you.
Fuck, man. That just brought back memories of being kicked out of venues. Oh, that's what you mean by poetry? Oh shit.
Oh shit.
One of us.
Oh yeah.
One of us. One of us.
Well, I appreciate you. I like hanging out with all the freaks. So yeah, thank you for that.
Appreciate it, man.
Hey, it's Kit. I didn't see Kit there. What's up, man?
What's up, man?
Good to see you, brother.
See, Nick, you got the chronology twisted. Like Ray's inducting all of us into his thing.
True. This is true.
You know?
It's the reverse of the cult. Oh no.
Not even close, man. You guys have been holding it down. I've been watching you guys. Don't get me wrong. You guys have been holding it down and reading every week. And dude, it's very much appreciated because, you know, especially in recent times, you know, everything seems bleak. And all the poets, where did they go? Well, they're online. They're still reading. They're very much active, and you guys are part of that. So thank you for that, for reminding me of what's out there.
Hell yeah, man! I'm glad you took the time today to come and share with us. Really quick, I know you one of the reasons you've also kind of like you alluded to it, but tell us about your book, man. It's out and it looks really cool. I know a lot of people in this room would be really interested to hear more about it.
Oh, sure. I don't want to take up too much time, but you can follow me like on the Twitters and the TikToks and all that other stuff. It's called the Kryptonolds, CRYPTIDNALS, and it's pretty much like what I think is lacking in comics, which is variety. So what I've done is I've taken all the old cryptids like La Llorona and Spring Heel Jack and Bigfoot and all these monsters that we grew up with, and I pitted them against new monsters like all the tulpas that are from cyberspace, like the Slender Man. Well, I want to call it Slender Man, El Ñango, the Rake, Black Eyed Kids, Smile Dog, all that stuff. So you got like La Llorona fighting, Smile Dog and stuff like that. In the comic itself, and we've been working on this, it seems like forever, man. And finally, it came to fruition. It's been published. It's dropping this week. We're sending out. We crowdfunded it, and we raised quite a bit. So we're sending it out this week, and hopefully, I'll do some signings around town. I'm looking at Literati, see if they're interested, and some other places. If you guys want some copies, but of course, I gotta hook up the backers first, and then whatever's left over, then I can sell to the general public. So just be on the lookout for that. And like I said, you can find me on Cryptonolds on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok. The TikTok one is interesting because I share a lot of stories that I've heard growing up as far as cryptids and paranormal stuff. So please, by all means, subscribe, like, all that other good stuff, share. And of course, I'm going to keep listening to you guys because I miss poetry. So, and a lot of it is also, the poetic, I guess, what would you call it? The way that you write poetry went into writing the book. I allude to a lot of poets, especially like Lovecraft and stuff like that. So if you guys are into that, please check out all the websites, and I'll be announcing when the book is out for general consumption, I guess you could say. So thank you for that, guys.
Awesome. Yeah, definitely. This is in addition to just a place where people can share their work, but I mean also share links to their work as well. So feel free to share any links that you have there. I feel like maybe I shared like the wrong ones, but yeah, good to have you, man. We got a couple more peeps, so we're gonna make sure that they get on. In fact, we're gonna head back to the East Coast where we have Mr. Ed Poetastic, Washington D.C. in the house. What is up, man? How you doing tonight? You still with us? There you are.
I'm still with us. Hey, how's it going? Wow, everyone's such a delight. Wow, for this Monday night, everyone has such worldly frights. Wow, everyone shine their sun and moonlight. Wow. I'm honored to be on your show to absorb everyone's radiant glow. All right, my name is Ed Potato, Airline Film Fantastic. Please again, time to enjoy my rhyme for all you feel sublime. All right, I got 3 pieces, and then they're gonna rhyme. First piece is called Golden Words. You beautiful soul, golden silk words, we're blown away, emotion in herds, the darkest decays, soaring higher than birds, go your own way. Who cares if it's absurd? Flush out the gray, reveal pages unheard, shout us with wordplay, no matter if it's gold or a turd. Spread art your own way, okay? New emotions you transferred. Speak up whatever you say. Who cares if it's uncured? Be a roaring lion or a singing blue jay. Leave us surprised or blurred. Let us taste the words from your essay in whatever different direction you preferred. Display your art of the play-by-play. Give us worldly pleasures of what we deserved. Rain out whatever you need to convey for the strays. Tettle us to a place, time, or concert we never returned. Give us gales of what went underway or broke replays. We all have been living, dying, cursed, hurt, or burned. Speak of life's ups, downs, disarrays, and betrays. Let's be blazed and amazed by your colorful maze. All right. Thank you very much. I got another one. This is called the witch's spell. You can do magic. You can have anything that you desire. Magic. And you're the one who can put out the fire. You know darn well when you cast your spell, when you get your way, when you hypnotize with your eyes, a heart of stone when turned to clay. Do-do-do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do, The witch gave him a kiss. It was a different state of bliss. He flapped wildly like a fish. He was lost in the inner abyss. Poor fool was under a spell. He couldn't easily tell. It never rang the bell. He started to go pale. It was simply sublime. He was lost in the chime. Time oozed into slime. His heart cracked sometimes. His eyes were red, the spell gone to his head. He was knave up ahead. Couldn't tell if he was living or dead. His heart felt heavy. It was very scary. It became very messy. It was too much of a burden to carry. His stomach was full of butterflies. It wasn't no surprise. He was mesmerized by his prize. Common sense shrunk down to size. His legs gave out. His bones screamed and shout. His tears started to sprout. He carried on throughout. His friends tried to undo the trick. He was getting too sick. The efforts didn't stick. His mind turned to bricks. He wanted more and more. He craved what's behind the door. He wanted to feed his core. He didn't care if his body went sore. He fed the witch with gifts. The state didn't shift. His heart was adrift. The love quickly shifted. He thought he was lost. His frozen heart defrosts. He's free, but at what cost? A path has been crossed. The witch wasn't there. He missed her snare. His body laid out and bare. He wanted a repair or a prayer with care. Thank you. I got another piece to say least. This is kind of a PTSD, but I mean, if you have PTSD, please move away for this wordplay. This is about war and why you shouldn't agree upon it. This is called The Bullets of War. I have a bullet with your name. My heart yearns for your demise. You're to blame for my chaotic flame. I'm going to kill you down to size. Why I mercy hate you is because you're my enemy. It's just foggy hate without clear views. My darkened rage to change my sympathy. Slowly reloading my steel gun, my fingers covered in angry bees. My shadow covers the sun. Run, run, run away, please. There goes one of your eyes. You loudly bellowed why. You fallen, but your blood rise. You kept going, I whimpered with a sigh. There goes one of your arms. You're my prey, but please go far away. You're disarmed, but I still mean you harm. What can I say that went underway? There goes one of your legs. The pain must be unbearable. It sounds like cracked eggs. What next is inconceivable. There goes your head. I forgot what you said. Oh, right. I hope you eat lead. The frigid grounds your bed. The roses ooze and spread. There goes one of your hands. You are just a man. I feel you, but I try not to understand. Now your name is buried in dirt and sand. I hear your cries in my head. I wish it was me than you. I loudly dread for the future up ahead. What can I live or hope to do? There are no winners in wars, more losses and no gains. There is no restores or scores. Please, no more pain. Our life remains. Do I really need to explain? Thank you.
All right, thank you, Ed. I love it, man. Pretty diverse selection tonight, as always. Anything coming up you want to promote really quick?
Really quick. Well, I can go on with it. Come to this wonderful open mic that makes our Monday night such a delight. Please, please, please come and shine your mood in sunlight, or share some worldly frights. But if you want to follow me, please feel free. My Facebook is Eddie Foreman and my IG is EdderForm92. Remember, if the mic is right, I'll be there to shine my pathetic insight. If you send me a question, if you take a guess, I'll click yes. I hope everyone stay healthy, safe, and blessed. And remember to spew the wonderful words outside your chest and never stop being your best.
Hell yeah, man. You gotta leave us off with that smile, man, that trademark smile. Yeah, Ed, you can find them at most of the online mics coming through and support. It's always great. Thanks for staying up with us, man. All right, let's see. Yo, we're gonna come back to El Paso and bring up Kit, Mr. Monday Night himself, co-host from time to time. He'll be leading his Tumblr Wars workshop at the end of the month. I'll let him talk more about that. The same day we're doing our Poetry Month reading online. So yeah, without further ado, let's hear it for Kit Wren.
Let's hear it for me.
Sorry, dude. We keep battling for the spotlight again. I got you. My bad.
I won't press it. Okay, there we go. We're both on the ball. That's our problem. One of us needs to be less good at this. Oh, what a treat seeing Ray. I've like Ray's known me since cuando era niño. He's like, haven't seen him meet in like years. So putting all that aside, 3 of mine and then the cover. 2 of them are new. This one isn't. But after our discussion in the chat about literal curveballs and endemic curveballs, I remembered I wrote something kind of about that. So in 1867, when Candy Cummings of the Brooklyn Excelsiors threw the first curveball, there was such a moral panic in the baseball watchers of New England that would make Cotton and Increase Mather preach caution instead of hellfire. This unruly man had introduced trickery into the pastoral poem of the nation's young pastime. People driven by passion would barnstorm just behind the Brooklyn Nine, determined to heckle Cummings out of the game and into infamy. 1 or 2 carrying a hatchet in imitation of Carrie Nation and her much different crusade for moral purity. But they had paid a ticket for their right to heckle. And their burning hatred for the unsporting trickery of Candy Cummings filled seats and coffers that would have otherwise been vacant. And though he later had to don the Hartford Dark Blues and the Cincinnati Reds, the curveball was much too effective a move to ever become a question of chivalry. This is how the future happens, without your consent. You may rage and throw your shoe at the first songbird, telling the world how great it is to be a songbird at 4:30 in the morning. But you missed. Now you're up and barefoot. And your heart is pressing against your chest like it's looking for a door. You might as well stay up. The sun might as well join you. You can't stop the world from throwing curveballs. You can only hit it right back up the 5-hole until it has to try something else. And 2 new ones. This one I wrote in Tumblewords, which was led by Aldo Amperon. They did a fantastic job. It is morning and there is not another person in sight in the hiking trail just behind the library. There is still plenty of evidence of other people, like the signs that say in stilted, courteous language, snakes are part of the wilderness. Thanks. So apparently are beer bottles, Rolling Rock green, dispersed but not exactly hidden. So is a baseball field, thwarted yellow in the sun. Do the snakes play baseball? Must a 10th volunteer to stiffen and become the bat? Is he well liked or is he resented for scheming to make himself indispensable? Do captains pick or do teams align by species? I would hate to think that snakes are capable of the lies like ethnicity that we tell, that we let tell us where to build parks and where to build refineries. The wild is beginning to ape what it likes in us. And there's no telling how that could go. 2 javelinas were recently seen in an ATV playing Molly Hatchet on a first-gen iPod. But the only witness was a poet, wholly unreliable, subject to seeing only what he thinks someone else might see. And this one I wrote in a different workshop on Saturday because I pulled double duty because Kim Atenizio was giving a workshop and I got to attend that. And she said my name in a warm tone of voice, which means that we are actually old and close friends. What do you mean parasocial? I don't know what that means. But anyway, I wrote this and that. We are so quick to appeal to the conscience and tell the ones who would cleave us apart that history will judge them. Yet we live in fear of the only physiological proof of this. Why? You, hangover, are the only one who knows what happened last night. I trust only your account, not any texts nor any photographs. No headache yet has told a lie. Hangover, inerrant morning judge, I surrender without condition to the mercy of your court. All of the things that quote unquote cure you are things I should be doing anyway. As if Jiminy Cricket himself jumped into the mezcal, you will reveal all of the lessons learned and forgotten. And in the morning's, afternoon's light, I will find the clarity that other drinkers drink to avoid. And speaking of Kim Adanizio, we come at last to the cover poem. I've done this one before. I don't care. You're gonna have to sit through this again. You sit there, if you come to Tum Awards on the 30th, you'll hear it one more time. This is The First Line is the Deepest by Kim Adanizio. I have been one acquainted with the spatula, the slotted, scuffed, Teflon-coated spatula that lifts a solitary hamburger from pan to plate, acquainted with the vibrator known as the pocket rocket and the dildo that goes by text. And I have gone out a drunken bitch in order to ruin what love I was given. And also, I have measured out my life in little pills: Zoloft, Restoril, Celexa, Xanax. I have, for I am a poet. And it is my job, my duty, to know wherein lies the beauty of this degraded body. Or maybe it's the degradation in the beautiful body, the ugly me, groping back to my desk to piss on perfection, to lay my kiss of mortal confusion upon the mouth of infinite wisdom. My kiss says razors and pain. My kiss says America is charged with the madness of God. Sundays too. The soldiers get up early and put on their fatigues in the blue-black day, black milk, black gold, Texas tea. Into the valley of Halliburton rides the infantry. Why does 1 month have to be the cruelest? Can't they all be equally cruel? I have seen the best gamers of your generation joysticking their M1 tanks through the sewage-filled streets. Whose world this is? I think I know.
Awesome. Thank you, Kit. And as always, man, thanks for performing that alchemy. Looking forward to your workshop. Tell us more about that, man, and how we can follow you online.
Yeah, well, I'll give you the socials first. Lights off, whatever. Instagram at Kit Ren Away, Twitter at Kit Talk Sports, Ko-fi.com/KitRen, bunch of essays about football. That's your thing. It's certainly mine because I wrote them. Facebook at my name, PayPal connected to my email. Email is as you see it. At Tumblewords this Saturday, as we already heard, we'll have Lee Martinez Soto doing the damn thing. Their workshop will be great. I feel very confident in that. The week after that, we have Richie Marufo, someone you may have heard of. And his workshop will also be great. And because, honestly, has there been a bad Tumblewords? I don't know. So you better come because you might be at the first one, the first Bad Tumblewords, and then you'll be a part of history. But on April 30th, I'll be hosting Tumblewords, and mine will be about the poet Kim Adanizio, my old and close friend. And it will be a very good time, I'm sure. See, I'm pretty sure that's all I have to promote. So I'll step back and watch the end of the show.
Right on. Thank you, Kid. Awesome, man. Awesome. And if you've been around, you see him co-host from time to time. If you're on the YouTube channel, you can go back and check out an archive of all our past shows. Something that Kit does so great, for this show and for this community is he goes back by the end of the week and does timestamps for everyone. So that's really cool stuff. But let's go to Los Angeles and check in some Chicano poetry from Mr. Teso Somok. And as always, he's going to have some music selections as well to follow that up. Yeah, class is about to be in session. Teso Somok, what is up, man? Welcome back. Welcome back.
What's up, Richie?
Look at that.
So, folks can catch me on Instagram under Gaseous 2019 and Pandemic Poets on Facebook, and then anywhere else you can catch me. I have a part one and then 2 musical pieces. Is that enough or too much?
I think that'll work.
All right. So a part one is this is a longer piece that I'm breaking it up into Dicasian serializing, I guess, is that what they call it? I only have like a couple of weeks ahead to get my next one done. Anyway, this is titled part one of the state of exception and the politics of identity. Every identity is a failed identity. Thomas Aaron Dodson. James J. Sheehan, in his 2005 presidential address to the American Historical Association entitled The Problem of Sovereignty in European History, begins his lecture as follows. What is the problem of sovereignty? It is first of all a problem of definition. Sovereignty is obviously a political concept, but unlike political concepts such as democracy or monarchy, it is not about the location of power. The sovereign, Hobbes wrote, can be the one or the many. Unlike parliament or bureaucracy, it does not describe institutions that exercise power, and unlike other order or justice, does not define the purpose of power. The concept of sovereignty has to do with the relationship of political power to other forms of authority. Sovereignty assumes, first of all, that political power is distinct from other organizations in the community, religious, familial, economic. Second, sovereignty asserts that this public authority is preeminent and autonomous, that is, superior to the institutions within the community and independent from those outside. In theory, the sovereign can be no one's vassal. At home, sovereigns are masters. Abroad, they are equals of other sovereigns. That's the problem we're having with Russia right now. In his political theology, in 1922, Carl Schmitt, 1888-1985, established the essential proximity between the state of emergency and sovereignty. But although his famous definition of the sovereign as the one who can proclaim a state of emergency has been commented on many times, we still lack a genuine theory of the state of emergency within public law. Schmitt's theory of sovereignty can be read as the response to Benjamin's critique of violence. What is the problem Benjamin poses in his critique of violence? For him, the question is how to establish the possibility of a future violence outside of or beyond the law, a violence which could rupture the dialectic between the violence that poses and the one that conserves the law. Benjamin calls this other violence pure, divine, or revolutionary, that which the law cannot stand, that which it resents as an intolerable menace. It is the existence of a violence that would be exterior to it. And this not only because its finalities would be incompatible with the purpose of the legal order, but because of the simple fact of its exteriority. Benjamin reformulates the position in order to turn it against Schmitt. Once the possibility of a state of emergency in which the exception and the norm are temporarily and spatially distinct has fallen away, what becomes effective is the state of emergency in which we are living, and where we can no longer distinguish the rule. In this case, all fiction of a bond between it and law disappears. There is only a zone of anonymity dominated by pure violence with no legal cover. This is what we see in Ukraine today. The Western political system thus seems to be a double apparatus. founded in a dialectic between two heterogeneous and, as it were, antithetical elements, nomos and anomy, legal right and pure violence, the law and the forms of all life whose articulation is to be guaranteed by the state of emergency. As long as these elements remain separated, their dialectic works, but when they tend towards a reciprocal indetermination, into a fusion, into a unique power with two sides, when the state of emergency becomes the rule, the political system transforms into an apparatus of death. We ask, why does nomos have a constitutive need for anonymity? Why does the politics of the West have to measure up to this interior void? What then is the substance of the political if it is essentially assigned to this legal vacuum? As long as we are not able to respond to these questions, we can no more respond to this other question, whose echo traverses all of Western political history. What does it mean to act politically? This is the end of part 1. We shall continue. That was the stick, and I'm going to follow with the carrot. I'm about to ruin another 90s song for Kid. Made of breath and skin, I've been waiting for you. Sign with a home tattoo. Happy birthday to you. Was created for you. Can't even keep from falling apart at the seam. Can't believe you're taking my heart to pieces. Oh, it'll take a little time. Might take a little crime. Stay blind to the hope and fear outside. Hey child, stay wilder than the wind, blow me into cry. Like a radio tune, I swear I've heard before something real, the magic I'm feeling of your finger. I can't ever keep from falling at the sea. Can't believe you're taking my heart to pieces. Lost in a snow-filled sky, we'll make it alright. To come undone now. We'll try to stay blind to the hope and fear outside. Hey child, stay wilder than the wind and blow me into cry. Who do you need? Who do you love? When you come undone. Who do you need? Who do you love? When you come undone. Who do you need? Who do you love? When you come undone.
Right on, man. Dudan. What else you got?
We got one more. How was that?
What?
Well, I'm not a fan in the first place, so you couldn't ruin that for me. So
There you go.
I didn't ruin it totally. All right. This one's a little more challenging. This goes out to Mr. Nick. It's his part of town. We'll ruin it for Nick now. It's 9 o'clock on a Saturday night. The regular crowd shuffles in. There's an old man sitting next to me, making love to his tonic and gin. There's an old man sitting next to me, making love to his tonic and gin. He says, son, can you play me a memory? I'm not really sure how it goes. That's sad, it's sweet, and I knew it complete when I wore a younger man's clothes. La 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 la, dee 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 da, la la dee dee da. Sing us a song, you're a piano man. Sing us a song tonight. Well, we're all in the mood for a melody, and you got us feeling alright. There's There's an old man sitting next to me, making love to his tonic and gin. And now John at the bar is a friend of mine. He gets me my drinks for free, and he's quick with a joke or two to light up my smoke. But there's some place that he'd rather be. He says, Bill, I believe this is killing me. As the smile ran away from his face. Well, I'm sure that I could be a movie star if I could get out of this place. Oh, la la, dee 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 da. Oh, la la, da da dee. Now Paul is a real estate novelist who never had time for a wife, and he's talking with Davy, who's still in the Navy and probably will be for a life. There's an old man sitting next to me, making love to his tonic and gin. And the waitress is practicing politics as the businessman slowly gets stoned. Yes, they're sharing a drink they call loneliness, but it's better than drinking alone. There's an old man sitting next to me, making love to his tonic and gin. Sing us a song, you're a piano man. Sing us a song tonight. We're all in the mood for a melody, and you've got us all feeling alright. There's an old man sitting next to me, making love to his tonic and gin. It's pretty good crowd for a Saturday night, and the manager gives me a smile, 'cause he knows it's me they've come to see, to try to forget about life for a while. And the piano, it sounds like a carnival, and the microphone smells like a beer. I'm sure you get this one, Rich. And they sit at the bar and put bread in my jar and say, man, what are you doing here? La 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 dee da da. There's an old man sitting next to me, making love to his tonic and gin.
What are they, man? How's the dexterity, man? How the hands feeling?
I don't know. What did you think?
I think you should check out the piece that Kit linked up there. It's hilarious. It's a fun song.
Man, what are you doing here? What are you doing?
What do you think, Nick?
Took the words out of my mouth, man.
Did I ruin it for you, Nick?
I mean, if I listened to Piano Man way more often, I probably would, but it did to a degree. If I listened to it more often, I'd probably be really, really angry. But that was great. I liked it.
You're enjoying it.
All right, folks. Thank you for. That was a little bit. That was fast paced. So hopefully it made up for the depressing ones I always play.
Should have brought out the tequila again. All right. And you already plugged Gashes 2019, Pandemic Poets. Anything else coming up?
I'm sure Mike Sindler was happy I wasn't doing. I don't look good naked anymore.
Reminder of last week. All right. Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Let's see. Let us go on. And there we go. Awesome. What is up, YouTube? How are you guys feeling? How you doing? You guys still with us? Shout out to everyone. Yeah. All right, cool. It's so quiet now. Whoa. Anyway, shout out to everyone who came out tonight. As always, every Monday, this is a spot to just do your thing, share a little something, try out something new, some new shit, dust something off, or just you want something you got to get off your chest, or just to hang out, pretty much, right? So as per tradition, we always have one closer. No, it is not Mariano Rivera or Trevor Hoffman, but he has his own style, his own walk-up song. I don't have it ready ever, but I hear it in my head. Dan the Man. Yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and close out the show with the one, the only Dan the Man. What's up, dude?
Hanging in there, thank you. Well, since we're still in the month of April, we are still celebrating.
Are you waiting for us to say it?
He's pulling it up.
Oh, is okay.
Yep, we are celebrating National Poetry Month. Yep, this is all the poets out there. So happy National Poetry Month. Yep. Okay. And there's one part I didn't do last year. I'm sorry, last week. And yeah, we're month of April, and now it's called A Child's Calendar by John Updike. There you go. Here we go. April, it's spring. Farewell to the chills and colds. The blushing girlish world unfold. Each flower, leaf, and blades on the turf. Small love notes sent from the air to earth. The skies a herd of prancing sheep, the birds in fields and abandoned sleep. And jonquils, tulips, and daffodils bloom bright upon the wide-eyed hills. And all things renew, all things begin. At church they bring lilies in. Yep, end quote. And yep, there it is. And now The Month of April, A Child's Calendar by John Updike. Yep. All right. I'll have more on next Monday, and I'll see if I can be at the Mona Bar tomorrow. So.
All right, man. Is that it? Yeah, cool. Here's the card.
All right, here it is. Read it and weep it. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. I'm behind post on Twitter. Yeah, and some on Instagram, but and I need to post some blogs on Facebook. I'm a bit behind schedule. I apologize for that. I know lots has been going on, and yeah, I guess if you guys already knew about me earlier today, I guess you already know. All right, guys. I just want to say thank you so much, and back to you, Richie. Let's close it tonight.
Appreciate you. Thanks, Dan. There it is. There it is. Read it and weep, as he says. All right. Yo, so once again, thanks everyone for tuning in. Look forward to catching you. We have a couple more, of course, this month. We're here every single Monday. If this is your first time checking this out, go through and everyone who shared their social media and stuff, go follow them. It always helps, like I said, something that's free is just to share links when it's out there, when people share their work. It means the world, and then if you have some extra cash on you, or maybe it's holiday season, someone's birthday, give them a gift, get them some of the gift of poetry, some writing. Check out Cryptidnals, pretty cool stuff there. Looking forward to reading that. If you are in El Paso, come follow us and check us out throughout the month. On Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff. We post flyers, specific events. As always, we're gonna hang out for a little bit, for as long as people want to hang out on the call. But as for the YouTube channel, we're gonna go ahead and sign off for tonight. Again, if you're checking this out at some point later on, just leave a comment. Who'd you like? Who'd you enjoy? What song do you want Tez to play next? Let us know. That's the real question. My vote is All Star Smash Mouth. I want to hear a Tez version of that. But let us know. Yeah, what song do you want to hear? Put it down in the comments. Ed wants. Even though he's saying good night. Good night, Ed. He already left. But he says a Sandman. Do Enter Sandman. I'd love to hear that too. A Tez version of Enter Sandman, Mariano Rivera style. All right. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just trolling now too. All right. No. All right. With that said, we're gonna go to bed. Well, we're gonna end the stream. But thanks for tuning in. Again, if you're watching and you're an EPCC student, shoot me a message. My email, or you can just find me here. Deadwell Rivers on Instagram. Shoot me a message, and I'll get you that info for Tejano passport credit. I know it sounds so weird out of context, but all right. Live stream. Have a good night, guys. Peace.